Oh, hey, Russ. What's going on, man?
Oh, hello. Just here with my mug, my wonderful Snoopy mug, and hanging out with my dog. My dog's behind me, but probably can't see him. I bet he's cropped out right now. How's it going, Ned?
That's good. That's good. I'm vibing today, man. You know,
Yeah.
it's Tuesday. Tuesday's a great day to podcast and a bad day to podcast. I feel like it's
Tuesdays,
like
it's my least favorite day. Can I just be real?
It is the least favorite day. I had a whole conversation with a guy at work today about it. It's like Tuesday, it's crap day. It's just crap day of the week, you know? So,
anyways,
but if we can cap it off with a good podcast, it's a good way to end Tuesday. Say that. So
I agree. Well, this is our second recording for the second season of Fionna and Cake. Of course, we're talking about the crocodile who bit a log this episode. Very excited to get into this. This episode blew me away. I mean, they just are on something right now, and I am here for it.
It's really like I know. Well, you're getting into Adventure Time for the first time, right?
Right.
That by the time Adventure Time ended, I think one of the biggest like loose hanging, untethered loose threads was like Huntress Wizard is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And why did we not get more of her? And I think that the writers heard that and we're on it. We are so on it right now. And it's awesome. That's freaking
really
love
surprising. She's incredible.
She's incredible. And you haven't finished the show yet. We've got season 6, 7, 8, 9.
We've seen just bits and pieces of her.
We get like Huntress Wizard in maybe 2 more episodes, maybe 3 more episodes. The rest of the show. That's it.
Dude, that's a shame.
And that's
speaking of bits and pieces of her, this episode.
Speaking of bits and pieces of Huntress Wizard,
blown the bits and pieces. No, I'm stoked for this. It's so funny that the title of this episode, "The Crocodile Who Bit a Log." She's not the crocodile. I thought she would be the crocodile. She's not the crocodile. Mm-hmm. She is the log, I guess, in this episode.
Is this? Well, the first episode is called "The Hare and the Sprout," and this one's called "The Crocodile Who Bit the Log." I feel like these are very Japanese themed, like kind of like the old school Japanese movie.
It feels
like
folky. It feels like old style folk tales.
Like a Japanese like old school movie would be called like The Boy with the Kunai. Like, like something very simple. And it kind of, I was wondering about the episode, like the first episode. I'm like, this doesn't seem adventure timey. And then starting this episode, I was like, the crocodile who bit the log, and finished it. And I was like, well, there was a crocodile who bit a log. I'm like, oh, I think they're going with I think that we're going samurai themed here.
Okay.
I
could see that a little bit. I think you had mentioned earlier was it Wizard Spirit or Spirit Wizard? No, Dream Wizard. Wait, Dream?
Yeah,
Warrior Spirit?
We've got Spirit Dream Warrior, who is...
That's rough.
Well, and again, I can't remember if we've gotten to... We've had Dream Warrior that you've seen in Adventure Time so far. And I'm trying to remember do you recognize him to a certain degree?
Not at all.
We had what was the episode called? It was, Who Would Win? When Finn and Jake are battling each other, and then there was the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he gets sucked into a dream world, and there's that weird guy in the trippy ass dream world.
Yeah,
that like Finn has, and it's called Dream Warrior. This one's called.
So this is the spirit. This is the Dream Warrior spirit.
This is Spirit Dream Warrior, which will be Spirit Dream Warrior is in Adventure Time in one episode with Huntress Wizard. So that's kind of the callback, the spoiler drop. If you want me to
fine. You don't need to
spoiler drop. This is not the first introduction of Spirit Dream Warrior. It's there.
So he's there training her and testing to see if she's worthy. This is the initiation for the Green Wizards, which of course we saw in Wizards Only Fools. Like there are some initiations or secret societies that require passcodes or like different ways to get into it. And
this is the definite like.
There you go.
Wizards Only Fool. Green was it Green Wizards Only?
That reminds me of Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Do you know what I'm talking about when he's doing the shadows on the projector screen? That was a childhood favorite. Yeah. He goes, woo. Anyways, this is great. I'm really stoked to get into this.
So kick it off.
Yeah.
I'm asking you a question. I'm not interrupting either. Because
Okay.
when you're like, I'm so pumped about this episode and I love it. What about this episode specifically
They
is
brought
getting
it.
you hyped?
They brought it.
What did
Who
they
doesn't
bring?
like an origin story, my dude? Origin
Like, well,
stories are
okay,
incredible.
I love an origin story. That's my
Yeah.
big thing. I love an
Well,
origin story. I
it's
love
a
Huntress Wizard's origin
it's a
story.
poison almost. I feel like origin stories are one amazing, incredible. My favorite Star Wars movie is A New Hope. The reason they're so good is because, oh my gosh, like Harry Potter, the first two movies are the best because you're discovering this incredible new universe. You're getting in all these new things, new feelings, new
you got to introduce all the
laws,
characters.
rules.
Here's
Yes.
McGonagall.
It's
Here's
so fun.
Dumbledore. Here's Darth Vader.
But
Like
it's also a
everything's introductions.
poison.
Yeah.
It's a poison because it's like at some point, like media just becomes a lot of origin stories. And I know you gotta set up the world, but let's just move on past origin stories at some point, Marvel or Disney or whatever. So
well, they did origin TV shows. So the first
right.
episode is origin story, and then it's a lot of filler after that. So
right. So then, but what I love about this too is like we get that like different art style in the beginning, which is very fascinating. I saw someone online.
It's very Adventure Time too. It's very Adventure Time to like throw in the different art style, and I appreciated that. You know,
some people were talking about the different art style maybe being reminiscent of here's a theory of, not mine, so don't do it, of the floating, like a different universe. This is just something I saw floating around, like, oh, is this a different Huntress Wizard because of the different art style we see? All the different universes have different art styles or ways that the characters are drawn. Think of the Pillow universe. Think of the baby
universe,
world.
The caterpillars. Yeah.
Right. So, but I think
I've got a different, theoretically speaking, that we'll touch on about specifically about that. Yeah.
I think it's just very clearly, it's just a flashback. Like it's a different art style used to express a long, long time ago. You see this all the time in media, especially like some examples I had were The Last Airbender, or it might have been Legend of Korra, which I know you haven't seen yet. But
they do different art styles?
They did a different art style to show the origins of the avatar itself. So Avatar 1 is kind of drawn in a slightly different avatar. Yeah. There's I think it's Legend of Korra, which is the sequel series. There's like one entire episode dedicated to it, if I'm not mistaken. And then even Attack on Titan. And there's a ton of examples. These are just the two that I'm most familiar with. Attack on Titan, when we're talking about like the origins of that world and kind of the cyclical nature, and that's as far as I'm going to speak on that. Of Attack on Titan, you also get to see a little bit of like a different art style to express, hey, this is some like kind of lore from forever ago. So that's why I'm like, this is just a flashback. That's all we're getting here. This is not like some different universe.
I've almost got a theory. If I can't jump into it later, it might be a good time to jump into it now, because I don't think it's a different universe, but I thought the intro scene of this show was very interesting because it's like we don't know where this childlike Huntress Wizards come from, but she's just smacking a rock, right? Or what we think is a rock, and then there's somebody in the corner who's a dream wizard, spirit dream wizard, and in a future episode they have to play a special ocarina to summon Dream Wizard even to like the normal realm. Like Dream Wizard lives in a dream realm.
Okay.
Dream Wizard does not live in the normal realm. That's the big thing. Spirit Dream Wizard and Dream Wizard do not exist on the astral or the normal plane. Probably an astral plane of some sort. So the fact that like Spirit Dream Wizard's sitting in the corner and is her sensei, and it's just like smack this rock, hang upside down, throw the grass. And it's all these years. And then the apex of it is cut the rock in half. There's a horn inside the rock. Use the horn to cut your hand off and then put it into the heart of the tree. We see Huntress Wizard explode from one of the other wizards, like bomb, like kunai throne, essentially. And her hand goes into a different universe. I thought that was a huge parallel of beginning and the end of this episode. But
it's interesting. Yeah.
Because Dream Warrior's there, I think that this is a dream of what is happening when we see at the end of this episode Huntress Wizard's spirit goes into the seed. The seed has eyes. It closes its eyes. And I think this is what is happening inside the seed. That Dream Wizard is in Huntress. This is the weird animation is what's going on inside the seed. It is a samurai montage of
So you think the
learning.
timeline is off?
It's not even a timeline thing. It's
well,
just
the way that we're shown this episode, like you're saying that occurs, though at the beginning of the episode, it actually occurs like halfway through the episode.
Yeah, it's kind of it's this weird, and that's like it's like a universal cyclical thing of like, how does Huntress Wizard become Huntress Wizard? Her spirit attaches to a seed, and it grows and it does its thing. And I think that universe is that, the Finn and Jake, the Ooh, the Candy, or Prince Bubblegum, Marceline, that universe's princess or Huntress Wizard dies. And now we have the Fionna and Cake Huntress Wizard is born. And so, yes, that like we're seeing every time that her spirit jumps seeds, that is the sensei. That's what's happening inside the seed, is that the Dream Wizard is like sensei training her to be a badass.
Interesting. I like that.
That was very long winded, but I was like, that is such a mentality.
We got there.
We got there eventually.
No, here's the thing. It's going to be really irritating this episode because we got a lot of theories. I think a lot of questions, like more than answers this episode. And I think you and I both are going to have a couple of theories that are like so like retrospectively wrong. So obviously wrong. There's just no way to get around that. But what I loved that intro scene. I kind of do hope that is like the true origins of the Huntress that we know. But I like where you're saying where like, oh, this could be like all of these Huntress Wizards are going to have to go through if we're going to have multiple universes, if that's how the seeds work. I don't think so. I think it's just she chose the seed that spoke to her because she heard heard Fiona talking to Simon about Finn. But
it's a hard thing. You don't know about Adventure Time quite yet. Is that there is a reincarnation like theme?
No, I get
in
that.
Adventure Time, and I
don't
sure
think she's being reincarnated. I just don't think she died. I think like her spirit is just being transferred into this. The seed is just a part of her.
Bigger picture, Russell. Do we ever die?
Oh my gosh! Get out of here!
Get out of here!
What I liked, it's a tops of mine. The tooth must cut is such a sick line, and of course she cuts off her hand and gives it to the heart of the spirit or heart of the Force. What's so cool about that moment is it feels so Samurai Jack for some reason, especially with the art style and like how non-talking that whole scene is. She's just there busting her butt, opening this rock with twigs, I guess. It's so sick and it's so Samurai Jack. And so that was like a real tops of the episode for me. Certainly just the whole intro was so good and such a good feeling. Like the way it was written was really great.
I love that you mentioned the Samurai Jack. I didn't watch a ton of Samurai Jack growing up, and my dad was always like, you can't watch Cartoon Network, and then Samurai Jack would come on, and my dad was like, that show slaps. That's awesome. That's like the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I was like, yeah, exactly. Wow. Samurai Jack is maybe we do a season watch through of the season 1 of Samurai Jack and do a review of that. Yeah. But I had the same feeling of like, it's a samurai montage. I love it. Origin story. And then again, it makes us just like, I've always liked Huntress Wizard, and now I have a reason to like her more. And it's great. Right.
Yeah. Past her being your forever sexy character.
You just took a sexy character and then made her 3-dimensional. And I'm like, oh my God. And that 3-dimension is awesome. Like, it's great. It's so good.
Okay.
And
let's calm down. No, but it's cool.
Let me put my pants back on.
Oh my gosh.
My God.
3 art styles, which is crazy this episode. You have your original art style, you have the flashback, and then you have the sequence where her and Finn are like somewhere in that weird dreamlight state of like, is he about to die? And she is like, I guess, in the portal at that time. I don't know what you want to call the moment where she's in the portal of the heart of the forest.
Russell, I know what to call it. Because the second watch through I did of it, I was like, this is what's going on. She's laying in the field. You see her, the scene opens. She's laying like this, right? Or she's like laying down. There's 2 butterflies on her.
Right.
and then a dragonfly lands on her face. What is Finn's astral beast?
Right, it's a butterfly.
It's a butterfly. Finn is like transparent in that scene. I think that her astral beast is the dragonfly. I think that his astral beast is the butterfly, and that this is them meeting up on the astral plane. And in that moment, he's about to die. I don't even know. She's dead in whatever she is.
Well, according to your theory, she might be dead, but I think she's just having a moment of I can't remember if it happens after or before her like soul or whatever gets separated from her body from the plants and the roots within the whatever we want to call the portal that she is inside of the heart of the forest.
Well, it's a portal. It's very Enchiridion-ish. Like when you put all the jewels of the Enchiridion and it's sucked into a portal, it's very reminiscent of that.
So I don't know what we want to call that space, but no, I totally agree. I mean, they're connected for some reason. I think it's probably because they're both connected to the heart of the forest now that Finn has been cut by the heart of the forest personally.
That they're astral. Again, I think it is an astral plane, but you are right. They can be on the same astral plane because now that they're both connected to the heart of the
connected.
forest.
I think Finn, his blood might be what was flying through that portal space.
I could not piece that together. You're 100% right. That was Finn's blood rain.
It's got to be
in the astral plane. Absolutely. No, I think 100% that's what it was.
I think it's super unlikely for that to happen other than for plot. But that's what I'm taking it as.
This is why we watch the show together, because you're going to piece all the things that I'm not going to piece together. I was just, I don't know.
There's a lot of, it's funny, like hearing other people talk about this episode. Like we're obviously talking about it a couple of days after it came out. There's a lot of random theories, but some of them just are like so obvious. That was one where that was originally from a video that I had seen on YouTube, and I was like, oh, duh. Like you can't not see that any other way. But I will say, for what it's worth, the other thoughts I'm going to have on this podcast are my own. That was just one where I don't know what video it was, but I did come across that at some point. So I guess I should be transparent there. And usually I'm very transparent about those sort of things because I typically don't watch anything for the fear of spoilers. So, but I knew that video was just going to be about this episode. But anyways, I liked it. I don't know what's with, there's two birds in all of the flashback, like all the different scenes or a lot of the different scenes of the flashback where we're getting to see Huntress Wizard. I don't know what's up with that, but I do want to talk about, since we're kind of already on it, that moment where they're having this astral discussion, as you're talking about, this weird dream sequence kind of feeling.
Yeah, I think their consciences are meeting up on an astral plane because both of them are dealing with Finn's literally on the verge of death. She's literally on the verge of death, if whatever doesn't happen. So that their astral beings meet up together. And
what's interesting.
And then what was your favorite part of that, though?
Well, so Finn's saying, Huntress, I'm thinking about dying soon. And Huntress Wizard says, bummer, you're going to forget all about me. And something about that feels very, I don't know. I just loved it. It just felt so much like their relationship for some reason. But it does bring me to one of my theoretically speakings for this episode.
Oh, here we go.
Speaking. And we're about to get really convoluted eventually with these theoretically speakings. But to begin with, we're gonna start off relatively sane, I think.
Okay.
So first, let's flash back a little bit to, again, talking about Finn Scratch, his connection to the heart of the forest. In the first episode of this season, we got to see the animals feeding Finn, going to him and giving him food. And she's like, did you train them? He didn't train them. It's because of his connection to, what I think that was part of my theoretically speaking from last episode, connection to the heart of the forest, right? So because of this connection now, I think the way that, like, we've done some serious damage to the heart of the forest. This elk thing that's chained up for some reason, which we probably need to talk about that at some point.
Yeah, I had not theories about it. I just had some some general comments, questions, concerns.
Right. So I think in order to heal this creature, this elk-like creature from the beginning time or whatever, I think Finn's going to have to be sacrificed to it or become the heart of the forest. I think at the end of this is some Studio Ghibli-ish right here. But I
Yeah,
think we're gonna
you're going
give
way
Finn,
deep on
dude.
that.
I think we're gonna give Finn away. And let me go even deeper for you. Here's what's going on,
You're
man.
gonna sacrifice Finn in season 2 of Fiona and
Is
Cake.
it the
Jesus
OG Finn?
Christ.
Is it the OG Finn? So
No, he is our this Finn is our core 616, whatever you want to call it, the universe Finn. Absolutely.
But let's think back to the end of season 4 and season 5, episode 1. We have another Finn that, depending on your own house canon from those episodes, and again, maybe I'm missing something, but because I'm new to all of this, but a fan favorite character, a very sexy character, my sexy character of last season, Farm World Finn, could be, depending on how you perceive the events that happened in Finn the Human and the Lich, or whatever the episode was titled at end of season 4, that could be the OG Finn, depending on how you perceive Prismo's wish making.
Yeah, Farm World Finn could be original Finn, but we are calling him Farm World Finn.
Is Farm World Finn.
It's the same thing with the Jerry, the Rick and Morty did the Jerry switch. Right. You know, like, is he an original, like seasons 1 through 3, seasons 1 through 4 Finn? Was that Farm World Finn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, no, it works well. I love your theory though, because it works well because we already saw that one of the seeds falls into Farm World universe where he's chopping wood. So we're getting Farm World Finn back in this episode. I think the fans want something resolved with Farm World Finn.
I think so too. I think he's a very single man. I think he's a man with a family who needs a motherly figure to step in and help take care of these kids. I think there's a certain Huntress wizard who is in need of a relationship now that our Finn is being sacrificed to the heart of the forest in the season at some point. I think Farm World Finn and Huntress Wizard are going to get together. And that's my big, theoretically speaking, of this episode.
Theoretically speaking.
Is it sacrilegious? Is it heresy?
That is a sacrilegious heresy type saying there.
Is it amazing? It might be amazing.
Because Farm World Finn in season 1 of Fionna and Cake went so far off kilter from what we love and adore about Finn. And the only thing I think I'm a little offended because you haven't gotten to our flirtatious Huntress Wizard and Finn sexual episode in season 6 yet. So,
but my understanding is that they have a very on again, off again relationship, and even in the first episode of this season,
so the on again, off again
by Marceline about
the on again, off again relationship is what happens outside of all the shows that we've ever watched. This is not happening during the rest of Adventure Time at all. That's why I said we have like 2 or 3 Huntress Wizard episodes at all. The biggest one is that I don't even want to spoil the whole episode. Don't spoil it. I mean, might be so far away. But
I'm just saying, Marcelin's surprised that they're together again. Marcelin's like, "Oh, they're still doing that."
Yeah, but in a non-spoiler way, because this is give you like a little bit of context for the rest of the show. We see they have this whole episode where like Finn goes to the forest. He's hunting down something. She's hunting down something. They cross paths. She's like super cool, but he's kind of young. Like it's like she knows he's kind of young. He knows that he's like flirty because he likes girls, but he's like, well, I'm not gonna like go balls to the wall here. Like this is like a Huntress Wizard. He like they end up in the forest and he like stays over at her house and she's like, oh, you can just like chill here for the night. It's like such this like it's very innocent, but it's very like when you're 14 or 15 years old and you're like, I've got a crush on an older girl, and that older girl like is so cool, and then like all of a sudden at the end of the episode she's like, oh yeah, dude, you're super cute, I'd totally date you. And he's like, whoa, didn't expect that. Like but then she was like, Finn, we're so cool, we're both so independent, like we can't be together. And he's like, I didn't even know it was on the table that we could have been together. But she's like, but you're so independent and I'm so independent, we can't be. And so that's the on again, like that we see one flirt of it in the show. And I love that they brought it back up in Fionna and Cake. So all that to say, like, it's I need to give you that context that there was a sexual tension that was never explored for the rest of Adventure Time.
Right, but we know because of this and because of what we heard from Marceline that they have been dating on and off again or whatever.
Right. Well,
and they're
once Finn
unstable,
got tall and sexy,
he
could go pursue sexy wizards in the forest.
Maybe, yeah. She needs an equally sexy character, Farm World Finn, to come in who has a stable life, who's looking for a mom.
You don't think Buff Baby Finn is
not Buff Baby Finn? I'm talking about Farm World Finn, dog. Come on.
Farm World Finn is cut. He's lean. He's Jesus lean. He's Gandhi cut. You know.
I guess.
He's
anyways.
Triple jacked, double stacked.
Dude, you didn't say anything that discredits my theory's gonna be wrong, but I think I'm totally right in my theory.
Yes, everything I said was more emotionally driven than it was. You could actually be right. It's more emotionally driven on my end.
All of this is sacrilegious. Like, all of this is heresy for sure. Like, this is not something any fan wants. No one wants the original Finn to turn into Studio Ghibli like Into the Heart of the Woods. Or forest.
But we're also ignoring the fact that every universe has its version of Huntress Wizard. So now this spirit version of Huntress Wizard is in Fiona's universe where there is a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
So that is also another factor, is that we do have, she's not like one universal being. That Huntress Wizard and Hunter are probably going to have an interaction,
but they're not going to date. That's weird. They can't date.
No, but I think date yourself. I think that it's going to be Hunter is a fucking loser.
No,
Huntress Wizard.
Huntress
Wizard is awesome. And again, if your theory proves correctly and OG Finn dies,
right?
Does Huntress Wizard fall in love with Fiona because Fiona is badass?
That's a real possibility.
It's an absolute possibility, because
OG
Finn could die, which
I would be okay with it.
I'd be traumatized. Our Adventure Time Finn dies.
No,
Are you kidding me?
Not that.
No,
I'm
that
about
would traumatize me.
Huntress Wizard and Fiona ending up together.
Oh, no. See, I would be traumatized by that. I'd be traumatized by my Finn dying at a young age.
Let Finn go.
No, what? No. It has
all good things must pass. Here's the thing.
So
I think we did the transition.
No, but you are right. You're right. And when that's why I said is like, because Fiona and now we can get into the second half of our episode and talking about the Fiona side of things. Yes, we need to transition to that. Is that she has the moment in this episode where it's about like growing up, and she's like, what's an APR? And she's talking to baby Finn, and it's all about like, maybe I need to get my shit together, because maybe people that don't get their shit together don't have lives or don't succeed, which is a very non-Adventure Time message. But I think that they're going to it's going to get really real this season. Things are going to get really real.
That's a really good moment. I really loved that entire conversation.
I loved it.
Fiona and Simon talking, and then of course Fiona ends up talking to baby Finn. What she says to baby Finn there is, no one taught you anything, and that's not your fault. You're trying your best, but if you don't pull it together, everyone is going to leave you. So it's definitely her internally expressing how she feels in her moment at the time. Totally not related to the baby Finn. He's a baby. He's hanging out. He's jumping off of shelves for some reason. But then in the conversation,
close to one of my tops of the episode.
I agree. A laugh out loud moment for sure is baby Finn going for the dive. Fiona has this wonderful moment with Simon where she's talking about Finn and Finn being on the verge of dying. And I really think the internal conflict of Fiona is one of the main themes we're going to keep visiting.
That's what I wrote that down, was like, that moment is the theme that we're going to be focused on this season. Is that it's about the next step of progression of growth in your real life. And Fiona's life is meant to be mirrored on the real world. We don't need magic. We don't want all this. And that moment, I think, was straight up the arc of the whole season. Sure.
I mean, last season for sure was external. And I think I mentioned this last episode as well. This is internal. Fiona says to Simon, what if people pulling for him isn't enough. What if they give up on him? Which is, I really do think that's her kind of speaking how she feels about her situation. We know she has a lot of guilt right now for, going and basically saying,
messing
hey,
up a
let's
lot of
go squat on this.
universes,
Yeah.
messing up her universe.
Let's go squat on this property. And then it got taken away by Queenie and all this stuff. And all of their things are still on that property. Like, she's feeling guilty. She's breaking glasses in a bar, how she's upset about it. And I think this is just her again saying, like, though she is talking about Finn, she's also fully expressing how she feels about herself. And Simon says kind of to her about Finn and to her about herself, I promise we won't give up on Finn or on you. And I think that's a really sweet, like, dual moment where I think Simon's smart enough to know that we're talking about more than just Finn in this moment. And they clearly keep up with each other. We saw in the first episode, they're constantly
they're calling
talking
each
and
other.
catching up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really sweet moment. It's probably the tops of the episode. There's a lot of tops of this episode.
It's a good episode. All of my tops were like fun moments, not like all of my deep thoughts were around the deep thought moments. All of my tops were around the fun moments. So I'm trying to like isolate thinking too much or diving too deep into everything. But
yeah, it's hard not to. I really think
it's really hard not to. Yeah.
There are just so many theories that we could just throw out there. We're definitely going to get Huntress Wizard in the wrong universe, going to need to go to the right universe at some point, or maybe she stays in Fionna World. I don't think they could possibly stay in Fionna World this whole time. She's going to grow there, and by the next episode, she'll be Huntress Wizard again.
Yeah, there's too much going on with, again, what we even said last episode, and like to keep our podcast consistent and our theories consistent, that Hunter gives Fionna a rose bush. That now that we know that Huntress Wizard is in this universe, and then she's going to be like, I've got to get out of this universe to get back and save Finn, to get back and do my stuff. How do I get out of this universe? It's going to be the rose bush. I can almost guarantee you that the rose bush that Hunter gave to Fionna is the key of the multiversal heart of the forest, because this universe is only, in theory, 12 years old,
Right.
Because it's started. I'm trying to remember exactly how old it is, but it started, it was Prismo written and everything like that. And so there's not a heart of the forest yet. And like Hunter introduces what is the heart of the forest per se.
Yeah, that's great.
I think that whatever happens with Hunter and his rose bush, and why the stag, is it a stag? A stag that's in the forest?
Stag, whatever it is. Yeah.
Is chained to the ground with like that it might be explained through what happens with Hunter's rosebush on why that stag is chained to the ground. That I think the stag is as powerful as a multiversal being as Prismo. Right. So that we have something going on with the stag that's multiversal.
Yeah.
I also
why is it chained up?
I also, it's why that was my other thing, is we got 30 or 3 seconds of it being chained up. And I was like, so something's keeping it there.
The Green Wizards?
The Green Wizards. I had another theoretically speaking of the episode is that this, we saw the Lich go after the Enchiridion so hard in the Princess Jewels to jump between universes to get to Prismo, right? That this thing was buried in the forest, guarded by wizards, guarded by a cult of wizards. That this is another way that the Lich could have jumped universes outside of the Enchiridion. So that is why it's being like, they don't even know why it's being protected anymore. Obviously, she was like, I don't even know like what happens if I do this. She's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's so lost to time that ancient wizards were like, the Lich can use this to transverse the multiverse, and that this heart of the forest is a second Enchiridion. It's a vessel of multiversal travel. So I do think that means we're gonna see Prismo this season. That's my theoretically speaking.
Oh, for sure.
Because of this multiverse opening back up, we're gonna land back at Prismo. My second, theoretically speaking, of the episode.
Theoretically speaking.
And I'm gonna leave this one short because the only consistency I saw with the Fionna and Cake story, they're keeping it really simple. I appreciate it right now. That's the simple part. We're going crazy with the other part. Cake doesn't want to be a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Cake hate like the I'm gonna forget the name. What's the name of the fire guy? It's just a hard name to remember.
Pyrosiphon.
Pyrosiphon.
Mm-hmm.
Pyrosiphon's like,
or Chirosiphon.
Chirosiphon, yeah. Pyrosiphon would be way better because of fire, but Chirosiphon. It's like, I don't
letter
take
to the
orders
editors, I guess,
from a cat. And then Cake gets super mad, tries to punch the shit out of him. Then they're at the bar, and then Cake's like, "What are you talking about? I'm a grown ass woman." Like, and then pops out, does her woman form.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with her flirting with Monochromicorn.
Right.
Is that I think that something through the season is that Cake's gonna have a desire to be more and more human and hate that she's a cat, and that somehow Cake's gonna land in Prismo's wish room and get her wish, and she's gonna wish to be a human.
No,
now I'm flipping the script that
the opposite theory from our last episode's theory.
The complete opposite theory from last episode is that, Monochromicorn is going to turn into the Monochromicorn.
Right.
Now I'm thinking that Cake's going to go turn to a human.
It's the same result where their relationship is less gross.
It has to land that way, in my opinion. It has to land less gross.
Didn't even cross my mind. Cake is such a small part of this episode. I was not thinking about her at all.
I was trying to focus. This is a Fionna and Cake show, so like
it is.
Same with the last season.
We got to bring it back,
where it was so focused on Simon and tying up Adventure Time stuff, but it was all about Fionna and Cake, right?
This is Huntress Wizard. I think this is the Huntress Wizard. It's in my opinion, Fionna and Cake is Fionna and Cake featuring Simon, featuring Huntress Wizard.
This is Fionna and Cake featuring future Finn and Huntress, and future Finn and his love interest is who I think it is, because we need to wrap up. I think we need to wrap up Finn's story. I think if they want to continue Adventure Time, they want to wrap up Finn now.
No, we're sacrificing him to the woods, to the forest.
No, they wrapped up Ice King last season, and we got his whole settling. Him and Betty are cool. We need to know how Finn's story ends. That is Adventure Time to a T. And you are right. They may kill him off. He may be with Huntress Wizard, but I do think now that we are getting to the point, I do think this is the end of Finn, the human, and his story.
I think
at least we don't need more future Finn stories.
I would be surprised by that, just because of the way that this season has been sold to us, even though they did an awful job advertising for it, and the way that the opening sequence happens and all of the art styles and everything. Huntress Wizard is everywhere in the opening. I really think this is Huntress Wizard's episode. Finn is a part of it because of their relationship and because of him being Scratch. And that's a good way for us to dive into Huntress Wizard. I think Finn will have his season. I just don't think it's this season. Adjacent.
So, that's what I was saying, is like Finn's not going to be like the main. I think it's way more focused on Huntress Wizard, but Huntress Wizard is Finn's ending.
Okay.
It is his wife. It is his. And then we can.
Right, but you phrased it as if it was Finn plus Hunter. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying that like Finn may not need his own season. Yeah. Of like we had 9 seasons. We had 9 seasons worth of Finn. We you know what I'm saying? We got our Finn story, and that we just want a Finn resolution.
You're such a Finn fan.
For 9 seasons of Adventure Time, again, maybe a spoiler drop. Like we don't get a resolution with him with a specific partner, with a specific. The show ends when he's like 18. So like,
sure.
Of course we don't end with him being like, I found my wife. I'm going to go like, we don't get, so that might be the end all. Like this is what pins all multiversal Finns ending up with that multiverse's version of the Huntress Wizard. But they're telling the story of what happens with Huntress Wizard to get her to meet Finn in the middle. Sure. And I think that would be a great story.
No, that's great. I totally agree. I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength. Yeah.
I think Finn is I think when we saw Finn in the first season of Fionna and Cake, he's boring. Like, I was disappointed with Finn's
I
development.
was too.
And so that's again another reason why I think Far More Finn is a way more interesting character than
But
the
he's
OG Finn.
depressed as fuck,
I
though.
don't care. Yeah, maybe he
No, I
needs
think
a little love.
I think he's going to get his resolution. I think he's going to find his
Yeah.
universe is Huntress Wizard. And that's what I think. Again, even the seeds splitting into all the universes is that all of those universes, that version of Finn needed a resolution.
Mhm.
Fiona needs a resolution.
Okay.
Farm World Finn needs a resolution. And that Huntress Wizard is a multiversal answer to Finn becoming his final best Finn complete self.
We'll see.
You know?
Well,
So, that might be all I got for this episode, man.
I've got just
you
a
get a little bit
couple
more
seconds. Yeah.
My cake thought was my last thought, like deep thought. So you know,
I was gonna say we definitely were on that for a bit. So all I was gonna say, we were talking about the bar scene. My lovely of this episode is Ruby. I know that's such a short moment. Another former employer of our main character, Fiona. I thought that was hilarious.
Lovely.
She's do you have the soundbite?
Give me some sugar, baby.
There you go.
I was gonna say, like, I wasn't expecting that to be the lovely of the episode.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I think obviously Huntress Wizard is the best character in this entire episode. It's all about her. She's awesome.
She's my lovely. So like, you know, I'll throw out.
Give me some sugar, baby.
I'll throw out 4 of those. So.
There you go. So, but I had to give the Ruby just kind of that's fun. What a cool little character that we got to see that we didn't like need or whatever. She's so patient, has giant glasses. Fiona's over there breaking glass and she's cool with it and just kind of like, you know, lets it slide or whatever. It goes, okay, I'll deal with this later. So that was my lovely. But then I wanted to talk about Ruby's bar because there's a character in the back with diamond glasses.
I was sitting there going, I don't know if Russell's going to notice this. Mm-hmm. Who is that? It's way too much detail of a character to be an NPC. Diamond glasses with the goatee. It with the Adventure Time mentality, it reminds me of, like, again, with the fans watching the show, like when the Ice King gives up his crown and it becomes like Gunter, Ice King, flying magic man. You're not going to even know what that means. That's why I'm like not giving up anything. It kind of reminds me of like this universe's character version of that, but it looks totally like a spy. It looks totally like somebody spying.
I think it's a spy. I think it's definitely. I think it's someone keeping an eye on Marshall. Was my thought.
It's Marshall's mom.
Marshall's mom. Supposedly, I saw someone point out that this character was in season 1, episode 7, The Star,
and at the
party at Marshall's mom's mansion.
Yeah. Oh, good call.
Right.
That's a great call. Just again of like, I saw that character in the background and was like, there's something off about everybody in this world has been so NPC that, like, why would you do that hardcore of a design on a character for watching Cheers in the background? It's
distracting. This character, the theory, I think it was Roundtable on YouTube, I could be wrong. The theory that this person had was that this character is the gender bent version of one of the guards from the Nightosphere. When they're in the cage and he gives them the banana, I think, or he sees them eating.
Yeah, he sees them eating. Well, he sees them like eating a banana. He's like, that's gross. That's so gross. That's so gross.
I don't know if that's
really
like a
Nightosphere guard. Oh,
I do think it's keeping,
or just like a general, or just one like the general demons of the Nightosphere potentially. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like her mom or his mom is trying to get in touch with him. Constantly.
Second episode that he's hung up on his mom.
Yeah.
So. It's just it's hard to. I'm so amped up about Huntress Wizard. It's so hard to be like. I think a lot's happening in this Fionna and Cake universe with, the fire guy and the land and Queenie, but like that's such a simple story until we know the full picture. I'm just like, very basic things are happening. They went to a bar and like she drank an onion drink, and who knows the onion drink. In episode 10, they'd be like, the onions are the access to the portal that saves the universe. This is what Adventure Time does. Is they're like, oh yeah, remember those onions from episode 2?
Yeah.
That was the most important thing that you missed from the whole thing.
I thought, Ned, I really thought your like tops or your LOL moment was going to be when the banana guards ram into Wizards when Simon is trying to rescue Finn, because that was
It
so
said second ambulance.
that was
Just
so
second ambulance. No,
Adventure Time to me. And you love, like, let's bring it back to the Adventure Time humor. That's Adventure Time humor.
That's why I had 3 tops of this episode.
Okay.
Was all Adventure Time moments. The first was when the wizard popped up when the spirit of the forest was like awakening, and the wizard pops out of the ground just like, the hell? And I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that was good.
And when the wizard goes, we'll have to go analog on this one, and just starts throwing bomb.
And that one looked like the dude from Over the Garden Wall, the Highwayman. He looked just like the Highwayman for some reason.
The Highwayman. But you are right that the last tops of my episode, again, I say tops, I had lots of tops in this one, but was the Finn's in the ambulance. He's sticking a straw, and he's like, I'm trying to get the boba out of his neck. And he's like, that's his Adam's apple.
Yeah.
And again, good. I was like, yes, thank you for bringing banana guards into Fionna and Cake, because we need, that is a like lighthearted. This one feels way more like Adventure Time than Fionna and Cake season 1 did. Like, we're getting back to it,
That's good. Yeah, I've got my big whys for this that I'm leaving with, or why was Huntress Wizard seeking power to begin with? We're probably not going to get that. She's alone. She's very, very young.
I think it's not why it's hatching out of a seed, because when she finished the samurai thing, the seed cracked in half. She got the horn and then became a wizard. It's the whole intro scene is her birthing out of the seed. That is my theoretical speaking. I think it 100% lines up, man.
Okay. Maybe. We'll see. I don't think we're going to find out any more information. I think they're going to blow past that.
Yeah, they're probably going to leave it pretty ambiguous.
It might just have to be house canon. But and then the other thing I want to know is, why is the elk, or whatever that being, the heart of the forest, why was it chained up? We got to know. My big lesson for this has a lot to do with my theoretically speaking. I apologize for that. My takeaway from this episode is to protect your girl from another universe.
Protect your girl from multiversal transitioning.
Yeah, from the multiversion you from a different place. So like Farmworld Finn coming in and taking Huntress Wizard. So Finn needs to watch out. That's
you put that your whole lesson was based on a, theoretically speaking, that may not happen whatsoever.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I mean, Farmworld Finn's coming back. We know that. I know that for a fact.
I own 50% of this podcast, Ned. I can do whatever
I can do whatever I want. My lessons, I kept my lessons light this week because it was again too much open-ended. Samurais are cool. Magic samurais are better.
True.
That's again that's why she was my lovely of the episode. Is she's had a samurai upbringing. She's cool. She's chill. She fights for Finn, whole 9 yards. Magic samurais are freaking awesome. Second lesson, just watch Cheers. It'll teach you to live your best life. Because Fionna just gets amped up just from watching that episode of Cheers. It's like, well, I guess we need some place to drink. Just we're gonna save the bar. It's like the most cliche. I love it. So just I guess I should just watch Cheers. I got to live my own lessons. Maybe.
What's really interesting is this universe, they all are nostalgic only for Cheers. And that's kind of crazy. Because that's all they knew.
The only reason that Cheers is in this universe is because that they lived in Simon's head for so long. So that's the only reason that they love Cheers, is because it was like one of Simon's like subconscious things that leaked into their universe.
But can you imagine if everybody was nostalgic in our planet for the exact same and only the exact same thing? Everybody.
Yeah. Well, which I guess it's daggum close to Friends at this point, that everybody kind of has a little nostalgia for Friends.
They have friends close in this universe now.
They did have friends. They had friends, Gilmore Girls, and Sister.
Yeah.
My last lesson is, I think what we said already, if you don't pull it together, everyone's going to leave you. And I think that's going to be the lesson of the show, is about, it's about, and again, I want to see how they tie this into Adventure Time.
Like overcoming that doubt. Is that what it's about?
It's tough. Adventure Time's always been about growing up is not as cliche as it seems. That's like Finn growing up and growing older is not just like, be an adult, wear a tie, go do business, blah, blah, blah. Like the whole thing about Adventure Time growing up is about not being robotic. It's about the deep shit. And that Fiona, even having that moment, I'm like, that sounds so anti-Adventure Time. Like, you just got to get your stuff together, clean your apartment, go get a job, buy the land. And I think that that's going to be a little bit of the theme, is like, maybe they're going to like do a whole thing where they're going to try to buy the land back from Queenie, and they're going to be responsible, and it's not going to work out. And then they're going to have to be like, there's not one path of growing up that everybody's definition of growing up is, and that Fiona is going to try to get her shit together, and it's not going to work. And she's like, my version of getting my shit together is not everybody else's version of getting my shit together. Which I think we're seeing when all of those people are like, if you had just been nice, I would have never fired you. If you had just not broken this, that like Fiona, it's going to be like the way that she is her best self is the best self that she needs to be. That it's not dictated by the other people being like, you should have just been this way. You should have been cleaner. You should have been more polite. You should have been. And she's going to find a blend of that, of like, so somehow my lesson is pull yourself together, but like yourself together, not the version of the world that they tell you need to be together.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
And I hope that stands true for the rest of the show. I hope so.
Yeah. Now, do you have a theoretically speaking? Sorry, Traveler's Log. Jeez, no more theoretically speaking. Oh
no
my gosh.
more theoretically speaking.
Ever.
Goodness
no more ever
gracious.
Again. Traveler's Log.
Yes. So one of our sexies of our show on our Discord called me. Was it last night? 2 nights ago? Was like, I want to take it theoretically speaking, and I was like, no, I haven't
Discord?
watched it
That's
yet.
Sick. I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah, well, it was like join. He was like,
oh, cool.
He was like, join the voice call, and I was like,
okay,
what is voice call on Discord? And I was like, hello, who is this? And I was like, oh, I can like we're talking via Discord. So we got two theoretic and Lucid. These were almost above my head too. So like, hang tight if we have no deeper thoughts. I want to leave. We might have to leave these hanging until the other future episodes.
Oh man. Okay.
Lucid says, I have 2 theories from the show Adventure Time, Fionna and Cake. One revolves around episode, around the episode from season 5 called Ice and Fire. The episode where Finn has a prophetic dream where Finn blew it between him and Flame Princess. It causes her to see him as a disproportionate man-child. Remember that? We just finished season 5. You remember that one? In the episode 2 of Fionna and Cake, season 2, baby Finn from Vampire World is now Fiona's canon in Fiona's canon universe, as is Peppermint Butler, as is the Fire God. So they're in Fiona's canon universe, where I can only theorize that the cosmic owl being is a multidimensional being means that the Finn could appear as this in a more physical way due to his significant other in the other universe due to the dream. To be fair, he only had that dream after being manipulative and a butt. Although I thought it was interesting. This may be a stretch, but it caught me off guard when I viewed the episode last week. It's a little over my head.
Yeah, same.
It's getting a little cosmic owl-y.
I like it.
Which always does. But I do agree with you that baby Finn being in this universe is more significant than I think we're giving it credit to. Again, what we were just talking about, Farm World Finn, Our World Finn, baby Finn, all being in the same universe, there's something multidimensional, impactful going on here. Sure. And I think that baby Finn will play a big role in that. I think that that's my theoretically speaking. I hope that backs up, because again, I'm just like, I'm not on the same wavelength right now. And Lucid will probably call me up after this episode and say, hold on, let me explain what I was even saying.
I think we were a little off on it, but I like what
the other one was my other theory revolves around the sacred tree that Huntress goes to the heart of the forest. When she damaged the tree, it caused a portal to open to the multiverse. I believe that the heart of the forest is actually more than it seems. The tree's entire goal is to grow. It only grows cross-dimensionally. That's why there's no other plants like it. It also leads me to believe that it was being opened. That it being open was destined to happen because that's the plant's purpose. And that's how Huntress and the Huntresses, the Huntress likes are all just seeds because they have to return to the tree eventually to spread the seed. The person guarding it says that it's that it's forbidden, but doesn't know why. Again, it's like a multiversal theory,
right?
Of why does Finn live across every universe? Is that one bizarre universe Finn fell into a multiversal trap, and all Finns are in all universes? That this is a kind of an origin story of why does every universe have a Huntress wizard? It's because Huntress wizard one time fell into a multiversal portal, and now she's in every universe. So right. It is I think that's what Lucid's saying here, but
maybe. I mean, I like that this multi-dimensional being or whatever this elk is touching every other universe, and maybe the heart of the forest in each of these universes are all connected to the one heart of the forest, which is like why one of them dying, even though dying from a very simple wound, could be so devastating to Fionna and Cake's universe. Yeah. So you really need a good hero to be sacrificed to it.
It could mean that, like, does that if you get poisoned by this multiversal being, do all of your multiversal beings die?
Or like all of the Finns are going to be suffering, including
all
Fionna
of the Finns are going to be suffering.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Is that our fifth theoretically speaking of this episode?
I don't know.
Because Finn is poisoned, that all of the Finns are we going to see baby Finn die? Because
no, not baby Finn.
Are we going to see baby Finn die because one universal Finn was poisoned by the multiversal stag in the forest?
I would love to know if here's another why for you. If or maybe not a why. I would love to know if there are multiple different beings, such as the heart of the forest throughout the world, that like you come upon. Maybe the Enchiridion is one, or maybe they're all living beings of some sort, like a whale or something. You know,
I think you're right. Well, the cosmic owl, Prismo. We just saw
it's related to those. Maybe,
yeah. We just saw the scarab. Like, there's a whole technical like world of multiversal powerful beings.
I more mean like planet specific. Like each planet, each universe has their own. The heart of the forest, the heart of the ocean.
Like
that's kind
some sort of like portal-y type thing.
Or objects. It could be one objects. Is a living being, one is the Enchiridion, one is, like each world has X number of things that are connected to
I believe multiverse. So.
Anyways.
Well, it's again
are the same.
I don't think, weirdly enough, as much as we like put the Lich to bed last season, the fact that we're already on, there's another being that connects to all universes, I think we're like gonna weirdly scratch on the Lich again this season. That the Lich is gonna be like, the stag can go into all universes. I'm gonna go destroy all universes. We might sneak the Lich in here again.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well,
or Queenie. Queenie gets the multiversal thing, and Queenie's like, I'm gonna rule all universes.
Oh, I hate that. That
Queenie might be the big bad of this one.
That might be the case. She might be the big bad. Thank you for joining us. I know this was a long episode. We had a lot to say, and lots of thoughts all over the place, but we got there. I appreciate it. And if you want to support us, you want us to keep going and be a part of the Discord conversations, be a part of our watch parties. I think we're going to watch the Goofy movie this week, which
we will voice call you for your theoretically speakings because we just did it this week.
Yeah, there's just a few of y'all, or enough of a small number for us to do that. The patreon.com/neverendingadventurepodcast. You can support us, join the Patreon for even $1. But if you want the extra podcast we do, that's $5 or something like that, or $10, depending on, I think there's
$500.
Yeah, there's a $5 option and $10 option. Anyways, Instagram, Neverending Adventure Podcast, TikTok, Neverending Adventure Cast, Twitter, NEA_podcast, and email us your thoughts, your opinions, get on the Travelers Log at nea.travelerslog@gmail.com. That's Travelers with 1 L for those of you not in America. But thanks so much. Ned, what's your rec for this week? Let's be quick.
Well, my rec is one that you've talked about for a while, and I finally downloaded it. We talked about it a little bit already, but it's Hollow Knight. I'm diving into it, and I'm gonna see if it's. I'm 1 day into it, and I kind of think I enjoy it. I'm also super frustrated by it.
Frustrated.
It's like Elden Ring because I'm dying like way too much in moments where I shouldn't be dying. So,
learn the patterns. Learn the patterns.
That's Elden Ring. You have to learn. You fight a boss 20 times to know exactly the thing, hiya, and that means that this little move's happening. So like you had to learn all the boss patterns. It's crazy.
That's good.
But for 3 hours into the game, I think I'm enjoying it. I think I just feel very lost.
Well, and it invokes that feeling. The art style is gorgeous and creepy, and like
I think they want you to feel lost. They want you to feel like you're just wandering around caves with no point in mind. So
yeah,
I'm there. I'm there.
Little powers and stuff, but I love it. My rec is related to my T-shirt. I'm wearing my Rock Lobster B-52s and Devo T-shirt from the concert I went to. It's a bunch of energy domes making up the lobster hands and lobster body, which are those like little pot heads.
Are they called energy domes?
I overheard a conversation at the Devo concert where someone called them an energy dome, and that's all I'm calling it.
I never heard that before in my life, but the Devo called them the energy domes. Is phenomenal.
My mom was like, "Oh, they wear those like the pots on their heads, like from the Whip It music video," and I was like, "Yeah, yep, they do." But now I'm a believer. Now I'm a devotee, and I'm devoted to whatever their cause is. I still don't know if it's a cult. I still don't know if de-evolution is a bad thing or not. I think it is a bad thing, but I don't know if we like it or not as Devo fans. I'm on the fence. I'm just kidding. I know they don't like it. I don't know.
Getting sucked into a cult, Russell. That's what we're doing.
I'm wrecking the first album. I'm wrecking the first Devo album is punk. It's fun. I think you'll like it, Ned. It's very good, very weird, very Talking Heads-esque. But I will say I listened through the first album the other day, and then 52 Girls by the B-52s came on immediately afterwards, and I went, man, the first B-52s album just blows away this Devo album.
Dude, it's the same thing of like all those years where I didn't have a grill, and I was like, I'm going to perfect this cast iron steak, and I got it down to a science and the seasoning and the timing, and then I just went back to a grill, and I was like, God dang it, that tastes so much better than even perfecting the method. So
for sure.
Sometimes you just like what you like, man. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's experimental. It's super fun. It's unique and weird. And that's why I like the first Devo album. Unfortunately, the first B-52s album kind of does the same thing, but like is more fun. And so that's kind of why I like the B-52s album better, but still listen to them both. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back for episode 3 as soon as we can get it up. And until then, party forever.
Oh, loved you guys very, very much. A little cut there.
Yeah.